Good morning. We've almost made it through a whole entire week of school. I'm very proud of all of my kiddos and all of my mommies and daddies and grandmas and grandpas and mimis and papas, whoever is helping out this week. You guys are doing awesome. And I just want to say that I really appreciate you guys and thank you for following along and thank you for sharing with your friends, and just makes me so happy to know that so many kids are hopefully getting access to some at-home learning. But anyways, let's get started. Here is day 3. We are going to do some practicing of writing of our numbers. So sometimes this can get a little bit kind of tedious or boring, and I mean, nobody really likes practicing handwriting, so I try to come up with some really fun ways to do it. So today we are going to write our numbers using water. So all the kids need is a cup of water and a paintbrush, any kind, any size, and then a piece of paper. You can even send them outside. They can do this on the sidewalk or the driveway or the deck, the house, like on the side of the house, wherever. And they'll have a great time doing it. So they're just gonna dip their paintbrush in water, and it's mess free for mom. And they can write, oops, sorry, my paintbrush isn't working. And then they can write the number 5. So when we do the number 5, there's a couple things I want you to help them out with. And I do have a poem, I do have a poem for it, but I kind of go a little rogue on it because I don't really like the number 5 poem. So our own thing that we say is you go straight line down, big fat belly like Santa Claus, and then we're gonna give him a hat on top. And then as you can see, it starts to dry, so it can kind of help them just go over it again and again, go down, big fat belly, hat on top. And they can just keep practicing wherever they are. If you do one, they can trace it. Now, the number 5 is a very tricky letter. It's kind of like the number 2. It has a lot of awkward transitions. So help them remember that it's just a curve like a C, almost like a circle, but you stop, and 2 straight lines. That's all it is. They're gonna feel like it's really complicated. And just try to encourage them to try over and over again. We're doing water because it dries. So if they make a mistake, it's not a big deal. It's just gonna disappear in a little bit. Super, super easy. So just have fun with it. Go paint on, send them out to paint on anything. So there's the number 5. And then you can even go back through and have them practice all the numbers. Have them do 0 through 5. The older kids, you can even have them do 0 through 10 or even 0 through 20. You could have them go all the way up to 20. Some of the kiddos are getting really good at writing their team numbers. So have some fun with that one. The next thing I wanted to share with you, and I will do a post, blog post, Facebook, something or other to show you some more of them. But my daughter's school librarian sent home a whole long list of ideas for books, and I wanted to share them with you guys as well. One of them I already shared with you is the library will send books remotely, like through the mail. But there's also quite a few websites, like Story Online has a whole bunch of like famous actors that are reading stories to kids, so that's super fun. Books with a V. They have like a 30-day free trial right now. It'll give you access to tons of books, like animated, super fun things for them to do. National Geographic's Kids has this, like tons of fun things on there as well. So if they're doing screen time, which I figure in the next 6 weeks to survive, we're all gonna do lots of screen time. At least these are ways where their screen time is a little bit more productive than like SpongeBob or something. But anyway, so there's some really cool stuff, like museums are doing virtual tours, zoos are doing virtual tours. So just a quick little Google search should pop up a lot of them, but I will post them for you just so there's some easy links you can just click on and show it to them. So there's some stuff about books. Keep reading at home. For the older kiddos, we have our rhyming paper. So we're kind of going back through and revisiting. We did our syllables yesterday. Today we're gonna go back and talk about rhyming words again. So rhyming words are words that sound similar. I also talk about that they're like Dr. Seuss words. They're silly. You could make up your own words. When they get to kindergarten, They're even going to have to, in some of their testing that they do, they're gonna have to read what I call silly words, or words that don't quite make sense. So this kind of helps set the stage for some of that. So we'll say we need rhyming words like Dr. Seuss. They're gonna be a little bit silly, but the most important thing is, do they sound similar? And then the other difference is, like book and bag have the same beginning sound that sounds similar, but the words themselves, the ending chunk, that syllable we've been talking about, chunking about the words, that ending chunk is the part that we're listing for. So bag, tag, mag, rag, all of those words are rhyming words, but book and bag are not. So that's kind of the difference you can talk to them about. But on their little rhyming page, it's just a fun little cut out the pieces. Can they paste them underneath the right one? Like, you can even help them work through it if they're having a hard time. Ideally, they'd be able to do this by themselves because we have talked about rhyming. But they're gonna try to see what rhymes with 3, and you can even have them cut out all the pieces first so it's easier. And then you're gonna say what rhymes with 3. Is it 3 can? No, those don't sound the same. 3 tree, those do end the same. They have the same chunk at the end. So then they would glue the tree right underneath the 3 and then try to find the other one that matches and do the same thing with van and hat. So there is their rhyming words. If you want to expand on it a little bit more, you can even go and just search on Google for more rhyming words and play some games. I am working quite frantically. They should be out hopefully by next week. I'm working like crazy to get you guys a bunch of like different games and projects you can do to practice letters and letter sounds, rhyming words, syllables, those CVC words, those 3 sound words like cat, hat, sat. What else? Rhyming syllables, CVC words, sight words. I'm trying to get together a whole bunch of games that I can start to put in those weekly packets so you have some more fun things and not just so much worksheet work. So those are coming. They just take a really long time to make 26 sets of. So hopefully I have those for you super soon. The next part is the fun part. We are going to get very messy. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a preview for mom and dad, and then we will show the kiddos. We'll do another video. I'm going to bring out my whole squad and make them do it. So we're going to get quite messy. But we are going to make a cute wide mouth frog, and I'm even going to read the story to you guys today. Wide mouth frog. Miss Patty, William's mommy, is reading books to kids on Facebook. She has a YouTube channel, so if you want more read alouds, you've got to go check her out. So she's amazing and I love her. But today I'm going to try to be like Miss Patty and I'm going to read you guys a book. But after we read, we're going to make the wide mouth frog. And you are going to paint it green. Now, if you don't have any paint at home, that's totally fine. You could use markers, crayons, watercolors, food coloring. I mean, literally whatever you can get your hands on to color your paper plate that I gave you. So you should have this in your packet. So you're going to color your paper plate green. Now, if you do have paints, just something we were going to start talking about this week, tying in with all of the rainbow studies that we just got done doing, is can they make the color green? So if you have yellow and blue paint at home, or yellow and blue markers, or yellow and blue food coloring, it's really fun if you were to squirt the paint onto their plate and then let them mix it with their paintbrush. It'll blow their mind. They'll think it's the coolest thing ever. And then you can even play with some of the other colors and see what different colors they can create. And that would just be kind of a fun extension to the art project that we're gonna do. Or if not, just do green. It's okay, just take it day by day. Things are crazy, so whatever works for you. But we are gonna make their cute little frog. The little green pieces are for you to trace their hands. And then it should have come with his wide mouth, and they can cut it to any shape they want. I think this was my Emma's when she was in preschool. So obviously let them do whatever they want with those pieces. And then you should have the little ones to make the little eyeballs. So once they painted it and it's dried a little bit, then you could go back and glue on all the fun pieces to make it cute. But I will post a video separately of the little art projects. And then the other one we're gonna do is a new one that I've never done before. So stay with me. But this one, similar, this one you will need paint for. So if you don't have it, I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out if I can order little like little containers that I can send you guys home paint and stuff. So if you just make a comment on either Facebook or here on YouTube and just let me know that we don't have any paint at our house, we need some, and then next week I'll know to throw in some paint for you guys. So that'd be really helpful. But you are going to paint their little hand. You're gonna need the white piece and the red strip and the little googly eyes. And the idea, hopefully it turns out, is you're gonna paint their hand and stick it on the paper. And then once you turn it upside down, so it'll be a handprint this way, you glue on the little eyes of the frog and his little tongue, and they'll wrap up his tongue like this so it looks like the tongue is gonna stick out like this. And you can wrap it more if you want to, but it should make a cute little frog handprint. So that is our other one. Yeah, if you would just let me know, put a little comment on Facebook or YouTube or wherever you see this, and just let me know that you saw it, because I know yesterday I had a lot of parents messaging me asking me where the video was. So for some reason Facebook was hiding it from parents. I don't know why. So if you do see this, would you just let me know? Or if you had a hard time, would you let me know, and I'll try to figure out why that's happening. But this is all new to me, and I love you all, and I hope you have a fantastic week. And keep looking out on Instagram if you want to follow me on Room to Bloom. On Instagram, I'm going to post some more fun kind of active activities on there for this weekend to give you some more ideas on how to get those wiggles out, because I know being confined to the house, things are going a little crazy. But I love you all, and thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.